Hello everyone, so today we're going to be taking an in-depth look at my newest favorite bag, don't tell the others, the Gucci Marmont. I have some interesting things to say, so stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome. If you're new to my channel, my name is Caleb, and on here you're going to find a lot of things like luxury shopping, reveals, reviews, and unboxings, luxury travel, daily vlogs, pretty much anything that has to deal with the realm of life and style you're going to find right here on this channel. So before we go any further, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon so that way you're notified when I post new content every Wednesday and Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. Now, if you follow me over on Instagram, caleb.snell.designer, if you don't already, after this, go over there and follow me there, because it's a lot of fun. I asked everyone if they had any questions about the Gucci Marmont bag, and a few of you wrote in and asked some really good questions. So I'm going to be addressing those today. And if you guys watched my Barcelona luxury shopping video and haul video, you'll know that I brought this home in early November, and I haven't had a chance to use it yet because my video didn't go out until a couple weeks ago, and I finally got to move over into it this week, and I have been loving it. So I've only used it so far for 2 days. So am I an expert on the Gucci Marmont? No. But am I an expert in handbags? Probably. So I have some really good tips and tricks to share with you guys. And at first I didn't really care for the Marmont bag, I'm not gonna lie. When it first came out, I thought it just looked kind of flat. It was trying to be a Chanel bag, especially like the flap version in my opinion. I didn't care for the heart on the back. And it wasn't until the multicolor collection came out that featured my bag in the blue. I think there was a green and there might have been like a red or a pink version as well. That completely converted me. After I saw Gully Guy Leo wearing his, he had a leather flap version. He had two different ones. He had one from the multicolor collection that was like, I think in blue with green trim. And then I think he had just like a traditional dark green flap bag. I absolutely fell in love. So of course I had to run out and buy one as well. Now, I'm glad I didn't wait too long because literally a few weeks after I picked up my blue one, the multicolor collection was gone from the website. So I am so thankful I got the blue. I couldn't decide if I wanted the blue or the green, and honestly, since I waited so long to buy one, the decision was made for me and I went with blue. And honestly, I'm happy I did because I think with blue, you can work it in with a lot more outfit. Now, speaking of styling questions, a few of you wrote in asking like, what could you wear it with? Is it too trendy and whatnot? So let's dive in and look at those questions. So the first one came from Kyle Scott over on Instagram. Hi Kyle. And he asked how you plan to style it and what can you wear it with? So this week for work, I've just been wearing kind of casual looks. Now, if I was wearing one of my business suits, this probably wouldn't work with that. I mean, it might if you accessorized it right, but it's a little too casual, I think, for like our true business setting, especially in the canvas with the bright blue. Now, if I had one of the leather versions, especially the flap, I think you could definitely dress that up for the office, but this style, I've just been wearing casual things to work this week, V-neck sweaters, Oxford shirts, so it's worked, and I've loved it. It could easily go with a tracksuit and be like a casual, cool vibe, especially if you're going into the city for the weekend and you just want to, you know, carry something a little carefree. Could definitely work with that. I think you could also work it in with different like street style looks like Gully Guy Leo did. You could dress it up, dress it down. I think it's a pretty great bag. Would I carry this to evening? Depends on the look. I think the chain definitely helps give it that kind of dressier edge. But again, it's a very casual bag being the woven jacquard fabric. Now, Shanycole from Shanycole Handbags and Happiness, if you don't already follow her here on Instagram or on YouTube, check her out. I'll have her links down below. She asked, do you think the Marmont line is trendy or will be a classic for Gucci? Let me give you a bit of history about the Marmont line. So Alessandra Michele introduced this line, I think the belt came first in 2015 and then the handbags were introduced in spring summer of 2016. So the story goes that Alessandra Michele found his inspiration in an old belt buckle from the 70s in the Gucci archives, hence a classic was born. So do I think that some of the iterations are a little bit trendy? A little bit. So the Marmont line, it includes tons of different finishes and leathers. I think they've kind of slowed down on the Marmont line in recent years. I think now you can get like the shoulder bag, the flat bag, and I think maybe a smaller version. Whereas before there were belt bags, men's bags, briefcases, different embellishments. So I think they've kind of slowed down with the line. They might be, you know, maybe eventually phasing it out here in a couple of years. But I definitely think that it definitely leans more classic in most of the iterations. Now, if you were to get like, say the denim with like the pearl studs on there, it might lean a little bit more trendy, but I think with like Y2K style coming around, that maybe in a few years, that bag will also kind of have a resurgence, that kind of style. So I think overall, given that it's rooted in Gucci history and the classic shapes, the flat bag, the camera bag, style bags, they're never gonna go out of style. So I think you can definitely find more classic pieces, or if you kind of are more trend driven, you know, aesthetic, then you definitely have those options as well. So with Shanycole's question, I would say that both. It's both trendy and it's both classic. And I think that, you know, depending on how you wear it, you know, 10, 15 years from now, it could really go either way. Something to think about. So a lot of people asked what all can fit inside, and given that I went with the smaller version, I'm pleasantly surprised that I was able to get all my stuff in there, and there's still some room. And I'm blown away by how light this bag is. Now granted, I didn't go for a leather version, so it's gonna be a little bit lighter than if I went for a full leather version. But I mean, this bag has been so easy to carry this week. I've literally just thrown it on my shoulder, crossbody, and I'm good to go. Like, it's full and it doesn't feel full, if you know what I mean. Which is great in a handbag, especially crossbody. On long days, it can really kill your back and your neck. So I highly recommend the woven jacquard. Now, a lot of you asked, you know, what fits inside. So if you've seen my reviews on this channel, you know we're going to do an in-depth look. So let's take a look now. All right, so let's take a closer look at the Gucci Marmont shoulder bag. First and foremost, I mean, this color is stunning in the sunlight, in those silver GGs. Perfection. I absolutely love this bag. Now, I know a couple of you asked specifically about the zipper, and Julie from Agent Bag Reviews, both channels are going to be linked down below. They both asked how the zipper is, and honestly, this is one of the smoothest zippers I've ever had on a bag. I absolutely love it. So, like I said, I've been carrying this bag all week. Well, it's Tuesday, but the last 2 days I've been carrying it, so it's full of all my stuff. Now, first and foremost, I have my cell phone. So this is the dummy phone for the channel. It's just my old 6 Plus. It's the same size essentially as a Pro Max phone now, so I just use this for demonstration, and quite honestly, seeing it with this blue GG canvas, this is really cute. So I wish they'd bring back the bloom so I could have a new phone case. Can't go anywhere without gum. I don't want to be grossing anyone out. My Chanel chapstick jumped out. Bose headphones. I've been using my nylon key case from Prada pretty regularly these days. My Shiseido blotting papers, nothing exciting there. And the end-all be-all of card wallets from Louis Vuitton. I have the fuchsia Tigerama, which I absolutely love, and it's such a fun pop with this blue, is it not? So that is everything that fits inside the Gucci Marmont. So another question that came up is from Mary over at LuMi Levelup. I have her channel linked below as well. She asked, is it hard to combine that look with the bold color, the GG pattern, and the big logo buckle? Again, it depends on how you wear it. This is kind of in line with the is it classic, is it trendy question. Is this gonna work with all colors? Probably not. However, what I loved about this collection, they had the bright blue, the bright green, they had a red. I think you could easily wear this with both warm and cool colors. I think it would work. Is it gonna work with every style of outfit? Probably not. You'd probably wanna go a little bit more, maybe with this one right now, I'm gonna do it a little bit more trend driven, a little bit more street style. I think that'd be a really cool look. Just overall, I think going with the blue, this is gonna work with a lot more outfits than had I gone with, like, say, the red or the green, if you know what I mean. And honestly, you could work this in year round. It's gonna look great in the winter when it's nice and white outside with the snow. You could wear this with a coat. It's great for fall, summer, spring even, perfect for that season. So really you could wear this year round. I just think that the blue is probably the smartest color from this collection to go with. And it definitely leans towards that logo mania, which I know people are saying is on the way out, but I mean, it's so gorgeous. You can't not love this bag. Now, I wear black to work a lot, and this honestly looks amazing with black clothing. I think it would work great with this white and pink that I have on, especially with the blue Nike logo. It's just a really fun color and a really neat look. I think you could wear this with a lot of stuff. So currently, this bag comes in a few different finishes. They recently released a new matelassé pattern for the quilting. I think the diagonal is my favorite by far. The new matelassé, I can't tell if I like it or not. I need to go and see it in person, I guess. But I think sometimes they can look a little busy, especially with the diagonal, the square. They've got a lot going on now, but I really love the diagonal pattern. And I've enjoyed this bag so much that I think I'd like to add they have like a brown version with gold hardware, which would work really nice in my collection, especially since most of my bags are black. I don't really have a whole lot of brown bags, not counting Louis Vuitton or the Peekaboo. So I have a few brown bags, but mostly black. I have a few blue, so I might add the brown leather one next year if it's still in stores. I mean, by the time I get around to it, it's probably discontinued. I have a few other things on my wish list that I want. I want to pick up a new bag at Louis Vuitton in January once they reset their quotas, and I have my eye on a neoclassic from Balenciaga. Of course, I don't have one yet, and that makes no sense. We know how much I love Balenciaga, but I truly love this bag, you guys. And I think, the Marmont bag, it has been around for about, what are we on, year 5, year 6 at this point? So it's been around around for a minute. So it's had its heyday with influencers and Instagrammers. We've seen it, we've been there, but I think until you truly own one, you don't know how great this bag is. And I think that's why it's been so popular for the last 5 years. Now, with that being said, since it is so popular, this is probably one of Gucci's most faked models. So if you're on the resale market or buying pre-owned, be very careful, buy from someone you trust, and you should be okay. Now, there are hallmarks to look for when you're buying these, you know, to authenticate. I haven't really looked into them, so I'm not gonna give you that advice. You can find them online. God, I love this bag, you guys. I can't believe that it took me nearly 6 years to get on the Marmont train. Like, what was I thinking? And now that I'm here, I think I wanted more colors. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I know it was kind of rambly. I know Marmont videos on YouTube are a dime a dozen, so thank you for choosing mine, and thank you if you made it all the way through. I appreciate you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you have a Marmont bag, if you've had a Marmont bag, and what your thoughts are. Do you prefer the flap version over the shoulder bag? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Part of the reason that I went with the shoulder bag, A, cost. I think you save a little bit of money, and B, if I'm going to have like a crossbody bag, I don't really want to fiddle with a flap, hold it up when I'm getting my stuff out. I just kind of want to unzip it, dive in, dive out, zip it back up, and be done with it. So I thought for me, the flat bag might have been a little too fiddly. And also, ever since, I forget which YouTuber pointed it out, but whenever they pointed out the single flaps and how they would get like that mountain peak in the middle, it drives me crazy on the Chanel bags. So I could see, since the Marmont bag's not as structured as say a Chanel flap, double flap, I could see it doing that, and that would drive me insane. So once I saw that, I can't unsee it, and that's also part of the reason why I decided to go with the shoulder bag over the flat bag. Anyway, you guys, thanks again. I appreciate you all. Say hi down in the comments. Let me know what Marmont bags you've had or want. If you have any questions that I didn't answer, I know I kind of posted on Instagram a little late last night before I filmed, so if I missed any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. And follow me over on Instagram. I'm going to start reaching out and seeing if you guys have specific questions about bags before I review them, just so that way I can kind of hit all the points and maybe give you guys the content you're looking for. All right, so thanks again, and I'll see you guys on Sunday. Bye-bye.